أهلا وسهلا. welcome. نحن اليوم سندرس الدرس الثاني المفردات. طيب المفردات في الدرس الثاني. افتحوا الكتاب. احنا الآن في صفحة 20. We're on page 20. We're going to go over المفردات, the vocab in lesson 2. So if you look at page 20, you have a running list in front of you and you can take notes as you take this. Pause the video as you need to take notes. الأسرة. أسرة meaning family. If it was الأسرة, the family. أسرة is your family unit. الأب والأم والأخ والأخت. So your dad and your mom and your brother and your sister. That is your family unit. أسرة. And notice أسرة here is مؤنث. It's a feminine word. It is a feminine word and it has a تاء مربوطة. So even though a family unit is referring to a group of people, whenever you conjugate this with a verb, whenever you have أسرة and you're describing it with an adjective or with some sort of action with the verb, you're going to make it the feminine form because the word أسرة is a feminine word with تاء مربوطة. So you're going to treat it as one unit as opposed to multiple people. It's not treated as a plural, it's one unit. Okay, let's see. أسرتي, oh, here's a typo, this should be a dhamma. أسرتي صغيرة. So أسرتي, my family, صغيرة, it's small. So notice when we're describing small, family as small, we're putting تاء مربوطة here because أسرة is feminine. So it has to match. أسرتي كبيرة. أسرتي صغيرة. أسرتي كبيرة. Okay, so my family is big. كبيرة, my family is small. صغيرة. أين تسكن أسرتك? أين تسكن أسرتك? If I want to ask about your family, notice here what form of the verb are we using? We're using the feminine form, like it's هي. Because أسرة is, again, it's singular, it's one unit, and it's feminine. أين تسكن أسرتك? If you want to do it fully, أين تسكن أسرتك? If you're a woman, أسرتك, depending on who you're asking. Okay, أسرتك, asking someone who's male, أسرتك, asking someone who's female. أين تسكن أسرتك? أسرتي تسكن في ميشيغان مثلا. أسرة. الناس, people. الناس, it's a group of people. أيضا, also or as well. أنا أدرس, البنت هي قالت أنا أدرس العربية. So she's saying أنا أدرس العربية. والولد, what does he say? أنا أيضا, me too, me as well, me also. Okay. أنا أيضا. You're going to use it anywhere in the sentence. We're going to talk about in a later grammar video that أيضا can be used pretty much anywhere in the sentence. بلد. من أي بلد هو؟ من أي بلد, from which country? من أي بلد أنت? Which country are you from? بلد, country. الترجمة, translation. We could say الترجمة من, from, من الإنجليزية مثلا, from English, إلى, to العربية. So we can use the word min, meaning from, and إلى, meaning to. ترجمة, translation. مترجم. So notice from these two words, الترجمة or ترجمة, we have تا, را, جيم, ميم. مترجم, تا, را, جيم, ميم. So we have words that have similar meanings, have the same root letters. Just notice these patterns as you're seeing words. مترجم. والد مها مترجم. Father of Maha, meaning Maha's dad. The father of Maha, مترجم, is a translator. Remember, there's no word for is. والد Maha مترجم. والدة أحمد, so the mother of Ahmad, Ahmad's mother, مترجمة, مؤنث, it's feminine. So we're going to add تاء مربوطة here because it's feminine. هو مترجم, he's a translator. هي مترجمة, she's a translator. We're adding تاء مربوطة. متخصص في. متخصص meaning specialist or specializing in. Okay? And it's going to be في in whatever subject that is. هل أنت متخصص في العربية؟ هل أنت متخصص في العربية? Are you a specialist or specializing in Arabic? Okay, للبنت, if you're talking to a girl. هل أنت متخصصة? We're going to add the تاء مربوطة here. Same thing that we did in the slide before. هل أنت متخصصة في الكمبيوتر? Are you specializing in computer? Are you a specialist in computers? هل أنت متخصصة في الكمبيوتر؟ هل أنت متخصص في العربية؟ خالة. خالة meaning aunt. خالة مها تعمل في البنك. خالة مها, the aunt of مها, تعمل في البنك. Remember the structure. We're going to be studying the structure a little bit more. The aunt of maha, that possessive structure. And notice when it's a word like this, khala, and it normally we just say khala, but when you're attaching that word to a person, it's someone's aunt, then you pronounce the ta sound. Khalat maha. Khalat maha تعمل في البنك. She works in the bank. ما اسم خالتك? ما اسم خالتك? What's your aunt's name? So what's the name of your aunt? We say خالتي. اسمها, put a ha at the end to make it her name. خالتي, my aunt. اسمها, her name. Okay, is whatever her name is. دائما. دائما, always. And this is an adverb. It can go anywhere in the sentence. أنا دائما أشرب الماء. فيها ماء. أنا دائما أشرب الماء. I always drink water. Okay. هو دائما يدرس في المكتبة. هو دائما, he always يدرس, studies في المكتبة, in the library. Okay. ماذا تعمل دائما? ماذا تعملين دائما? What's something you do all the time? So as you're doing these words, try to come up with your own sentences to practice. مركز. مركز يعني center. Okay. These are different examples of centers. مركز. الشرق الأوسط. الشرق الأوسط يعني the Middle East. Middle East. أسرتي في الشرق الأوسط. My family is in the Middle East. Okay. مشغول. And we add تاء مربوطة if it's feminine. مشغول, busy. أبي دائما, ما معنى دائما? Always. أبي دائما مشغول. He's always busy. طيب, هل أنت مشغول? هل أنت مشغولة? Are you busy? نعم, أنا مشغولة. لا. If you want to say I'm not, لست مشغولة. لست. لست means I'm not. So you could say لست مشغول. لست مشغولة. We could say لست طالب. I'm not a student. Okay? لست means I'm not. Okay? لام, سين, تا. لست. I'm not. So if it's I'm not with a noun after it. Okay? العمل أو الشغل. Two words, same meaning. العمل, الشغل, work. هي مشغولة بالعمل. هي مشغولة, ما معنى مشغولة? Busy. مشغولة بالعمل. So she's busy. This ba here means with. Remember we did this preposition last semester. بالعمل, with work. She's busy with work. هل أنت مشغول بالشغل? Are you busy with work? هل أنت مشغولة, if you're female, هل أنت مشغولة بالشغل? Okay, so this ba is with. With. بالعمل, بالشغل, with work. فعلا فعلا really or truly. أنا فعلا مشغول. أنا فعلا مشغولة. I'm really busy. I'm truly busy. Okay. هل أنت فعلا مشغول؟ هل أنت فعلا مشغولة؟ القبول. القبول meaning admissions. هي الامرأة هي تعمل في مكتب القبول. هي تعمل في مكتب القبول. مكتب office. So the office of what? القبول. Admissions. So she works in the office of admissions. Okay. مكتب القبول. طيب أين مكتب القبول في كلية هنري فورد؟ أين مكتب القبول في كلية هنري فورد؟ في أي بناية؟ في أي بناية? Which building? The Welcome Center. ممتاز. Okay. يتكلم. We have a present tense verb. يتكلم. يتكلم. Notice this is a longer verb than we've normally had. So يتكلم starts with a ya, so it's in the huwa form. He talks or he speaks. And then we have 4 letters after that. Ta, kaf, lam, mim. يتكلم. You're going to take this word and you're going to fill in the blanks for the 5 pronouns that we have done so far. And in our next grammar video, we're going to be covering verbs in plural, so we'll be able to get some more pronouns. But for now, we're going to do them all in these singular pronouns that we have. يتكلم. You're going to take this and you're going to pause the video and complete the chart. Okay, so here we go. يتكلم starts with a ya, so we're going to put that here for the huwa form. يتكلم. Okay. Now we're going to go to the top. أنا أتكلم. So notice we just take this ya and we change it to the alif hamza for I. I'm the one who's speaking. And notice everything else stays the same. Ta, kaf, lam, mim. تكلم, that stays exactly the same. It's just the first letter that's changing. We're changing the prefix. So keep the ta on all of them. أنا أتكلم. I'm speaking. I speak or I'm speaking. Okay. أنت, what letter do we start for أنت, for you? We start with the ta. So if I change that first letter to a ta, and then the next 4 letters stay the same, now I have 2 tas here. تتكلم. تتكلم. You can't put a shadda because the first letter of a word can never have a shadda. أنت تتكلم. You speak. أنتِ, if you is feminine. أنتِ, the same thing as أنت تتكلم, but we're going to add ya nun on it. تتكلمين. أنتِ تتكلمين. هو يتكلم, that's your default that we already have here. هي, feminine ta, تتكلم. Notice أنت and هي always look the same. It's just by context that you can tell the difference. هي تتكلم. So you're going to repeat after me. أنا أتكلم. أنت تتكلم. أنتِ تتكلمين. هو يتكلم. هي تتكلم. Okay. So now we have يتكلم عن. This should have this word عن. He talks about. If you want to say the word about, we use عن. الأستاذ, the teacher, the professor, يتكلم عن الشرق الأوسط. Okay. يتكلم عن الشرق الأوسط. He's talking or speaking about الشرق الأوسط, the Middle East. هل تتكلم أو تتكلمين مع خالتك? Do you speak to your aunt? مع خالتك, with your aunt. ممتاز. Okay. لغة, language. أنا أحب اللغة العربية. اللغة العربية. The language, Arabic language. اللغة العربية. So practicing it. اللغة العربية. اللغة العربية. Okay, I have. There's 2 ways of saying I have. لي and عندي. You're going to take some notes here. لي means I have And it's this lam that is the preposition which means to have here. And the ya is referring to myself. And li is used for things that you have permanently. Family members that you may have. Or things that you own. That's why I would say lillah alhamd. That God owns thanks. That thanks is for him. So anything that we want to refer to permanently, we use with li. Li usra kabira. I have a big family. So the family is big. That's something that's permanent, more stable. Li akh. I have a brother. Another way that you can use this is for familial relationships. When you're talking about family, we use li. I have a brother. Li akh. Li ukht. I have a sister. Okay. When you're talking about things, al-ashya, things that you have, then we use عندي, things that are more temporal. عندي واجب. I have homework. Do I always have homework? No. So we say عندي واجب. عندي بيت كبير. I have a big house. Okay. عندي قطة. I have a cat. Okay. عندي قلم. عندي صف. I've got class. So you're going to pause, come up with a sentence for yourself. One using عندي and one using li. Okay, غدا, tomorrow. غدا, tomorrow. Many dialects use بكرة. بكرة is also فصحى, but غدا is the one that we're focusing on here. عندي الصف غدا. عندي الصف, I have class غدا, tomorrow. هل عندك أنت هل عندك شغل غدا? Do you have work tomorrow? نعم عندي شغل غدا. لا ليس عندي. So if you want to say I don't have, ليس عندي. Okay? ليس عندي. And we can actually, I'll add it here for you guys. Okay? If we want to say I don't have, oops. I want to say I don't have. What we're going to use is the word ليس. ليس لي, meaning I don't have. Or if you want to say ليس عندي, I don't have. And عند, remember we use this in the 130 review. Right? So you could say عنده or عندها, she has, right? So the same thing. ليس عنده, he doesn't have. ليس عندها, she doesn't have. So you can use ليس with عند and you can use ليس with لي if you want to say, negate it and say it's not something that that person has or I have. Okay, some times of the day. النهار. النهار, daytime. أنا أعمل في النهار. If you want to say during the daytime, the word for during we use في, in the daytime. Okay? أنا أعمل في النهار. I work in the daytime or during the day. أخي يدرس في النهار. أخي يدرس ويدرس, he studies في النهار. Okay, النهار. Then we have المساء, evening. المساء. أنا أتكلم مع أصحابي في المساء. ماذا أفعل؟ أتكلم. I talk to or I speak to. مع أصحابي, I speak with my friends. أصحابي, my friends. في المساء. أبي يشرب الشاي. ويشرب الشاي في المساء. Okay, الليل, nighttime. الليل. الطالب يكتب. الطالب يكتب. The student writes الواجب في الليل. صح? The student writes homework at night. الطالب يكتب الواجب في الليل. البنت تتكلم مع صاحبها في الليل. She talks to her friend at night, or you could use it as a boyfriend at night. Okay, what's the time of day that's missing here? We have النهار, المساء, الليل. When you wake up, الصباح. You guys already know that one, in the morning. الصباح, في الصباح. أنا أشرب القهوة في الصباح, in the morning. So you're going to pause and come up with 4 sentences of things that you do في الصباح, في النهار, في المساء, وفي الليل, and 4 times of day. وحيد, وحيدة. وحيد has 2 meanings. It can mean only and it can mean lonely. Okay, so here's 2 examples. الولد فعلا وحيد. He's really lonely. He's truly lonely. الولد, the boy, فعلا وحيد. Okay. طيب, هي البنت الوحيدة. In this case, it's an adjective. The adjective meaning only. البنت الوحيدة meaning the only girl. Remember that your noun comes first, followed by your adjective. هي البنت الوحيدة. She's the only girl في الأسرة, in the family. هي البنت الوحيدة في الأسرة. موظف, employee. موظف. هي موظفة في المكتبة. هي موظفة في المكتبة. She is the employee in the library. أبي موظف في فورد. شركة فورد. He's an employee at Ford. موظف. And that is the end of the vocab. So you're going to practice the vocab words, practice saying them, using them in sentences, and writing them.